ways that you might run into some issues with Kiro. For example, let's take a look. Right now, I can say hi to Kiro, something simple, and it just says unexpected error, right? I can even create a new session and just say hi, and it'll say unexpected error, probably. Unexpected error, right? Well, that's because, and the way I found out why the error was happening was because it happened after I added this MCP server. So even though it says PDF reader is connected, it's not really working, and it actually breaks everything. Nothing works. Nothing works. But as soon as I delete this MCP server, all of a sudden, things just work like magic. So sometimes when we're running into issues with Kiro, you might want to ask yourself, when did it last work and what did I do since then to a point where now it doesn't work anymore? And I identified that it was when I added this MCP server. So let's figure it out right here. So if I put this back in, let's reproduce the issue. It says it's connected. Hi. Now, error, right? So what's the problem? Well, let's take a look. Something is wrong with this MCP server. Well, it says it's connected. Maybe I need to reconnect. Okay, and then say hi. Interesting. So if I say disabled true, if I keep it disabled and say hi. Okay, so it has something to do with this MCP server. Is there anything wrong with this? I'm gonna copy and paste that PDF, that PDF reader MCP. I forgot to give it the MCP server. Okay. Starts fails. Okay. Make sure you have NPX. Okay. Package issue. Might be failing to download run. Try running this manually. Check MCP server view. Shows that there's connection already. Okay. So if I have, the server might have a bug, missing dependencies, or compatibility issues. So there's this issue with the MCP server itself, because when I disable it, so it wasn't the syntax, it was the server itself. So okay, I'll tell it to investigate that MCP server, search online to see if people are complaining about similar issues. So it's actually going to do a search on that, and it's found out that it has a GitHub link, and web fetch failed. Okay, tries to do GitHub. Found the issue. There are actually 2 different packages with similar names. Interesting. The newer actively maintained one is this one. And the GitHub repo actually redirects to this one, Silifix. I don't know how to pronounce that. Instead of, I don't know how to pronounce this one either, but Salif, whatever. Basically, 2 different words, okay? And basically, it wasn't working. So we're going to need to switch this up. So let's go ahead and switch this up. Okay, PDF reader. Boom. Let me copy and paste that better. Thank you. All right, let's see if it works now. Let's see if we're in action now. Okay, let me press up to go to my recently typed commands, and I'm gonna tell it to use that PDF reader MCP. Now it works. Read PDF. You know what? I'm going to accept this tool call, by the way, because I'm okay with trusting it to read a PDF. It's not that big of a deal. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and just wait a little bit for it to generate the markdown for me. Cool. So it's just doing its thing, generating the markdown. Let it do its thing. And I'll see you in the next one. But that's how we debugged.